Well, these are live visuals now coming from Ahmedabad, where Prime Minister is paying homage at the Sabarmati Ashram. Just a while back, we also heard Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressing at the Sabarmati Ashram, where he essentially spoke about how India is now being taken seriously by the world. At the same time, invoking Gandhi's lessons, that it is not just India that should be taking lessons from what Gandhi had to say, but the entire world. Also, remember, Prime Minister today penned an opinion in the New York Times where he made some very significant points with regards to how the world should essentially be learning from what Mahatma Gandhi had to say. Well, we'll also go across to my colleague Priyanka Sharma, who's reporting live from Ahmedabad to get us details of what's happening right now at the Sabarmati Ashram and what exactly would be the plan like for Prime Minister. Priyanka, if I can come across to you, Prime Minister made some very important statements today at Sabarmati Ashram, invoking the very ideas of Mahatma Gandhi and saying that today, when it comes to how the world essentially looks at India, India has risen in the eyes of the world.
Yes, these are the visuals that we're getting of the Prime Minister.
These are the visuals that we're getting of the Prime Minister visiting the Sabarmati Ashram.
Has come to Gujarat on 2nd of October. And, just a few minutes from there, we can expect the Prime Minister to come here at the Sabarmati riverfront, which again is another significant venue where Prime Minister will be addressing 20,000 plus village heads who have gathered from across the country and talk to them about the key initiatives, talk to them about Swachhta Abhiyan, talk to them about the principles of Mahatma Gandhi and how they can be implemented across the country and specifically how to take those principles in the rural pockets of the country. So these are the things that we can expect the Prime Minister to talk about, and as you rightly said, that these are the things that he has already spoken about when he spoke briefly right outside the Ahmedabad airport a few minutes back when he landed here. And, but that's not all that's on the agenda. Like you said, there are several delegates from across the world who have gathered here right now, come to listen to the Prime Minister. There were several delegates of South Africa, several delegates of France, and all of them were really saying that this is, of course, a very significant day and a venue to be here and to listen to the Prime Minister talk about the Gandhi's principles and how they can be implemented across the country and how other countries can also kind of look up to India. They have looked up to India, the kind of rise that India is really carrying out and how they can model those in their countries as well. So this is something that we have seen from the delegates from across the world come here and say that this is something that we are looking up to India for, and because it's a very splendid initiative that has been taken to follow the Gandhi's principles and how it can be remodeled and customized as per their own country's requirements. So these are the very strong statements that have come from delegates that have come from across the world. And we had a lot of ministers also talk about this entire initiative through the day that we saw on the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, and all of them really saying that this is significant that the Prime Minister has talked about the clean initiative or the Swachhta Abhiyan, and that to be taken to the rural pockets of the country. So, and to talk about the day of the Prime Minister here coming down in the home state of the Prime Minister, let me first actually pan across to the kind of celebration, the kind of anticipation that people could have, the number of people who have already...
Priyanka, let me just quickly hold on for a moment, Priyanka. Let me also take our viewers through exactly what's happening right now in Ahmedabad, where you can see on your screens right now Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the Sabarmati Ashram. Remember, he reached Ahmedabad just a little after 6 o'clock, where he was greeted by the BJP workers at a function that was organized there by the party's city unit. And right now, you can see he is at Sabarmati Ashram to pay tributes to the father of the nation. We're also given to understand that he will be going to the Sabarmati riverfront after that, where he essentially declares the country open defecation free in the presence of over 20,000 village heads. And as my colleague Priyanka has been also reporting from the ground, where she's been saying that some very important statements essentially been made by Prime Minister Narendra Modi effectively on 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, where Prime Minister says that the world too has a lot to learn from Mahatma Gandhi himself, and also the message that Prime Minister Narendra Modi had to send out today, where he said that let us work shoulder to shoulder to make a world prosperous and free from hate, violence and suffering. A very important statement. Remember, this is what Prime Minister had to say in his opinion piece that he penned down for the New York Times, and the headline for that very opinion piece is what essentially not just India but the world needs to learn. Why India and the world needs Gandhi. Well, Priyanka, if you can also take our viewers through what's expected next. As per the itinerary, we do know the Prime Minister would be also going to the Sabarmati riverfront, where it's expected that he would be declaring the country open, defecation free. Remember, these are certain ideals that Prime Minister has been talking about, be it Swachh Bharat of various flagship programs that have been undertaken by his very government, underlining what Mahatma Gandhi had essentially envisioned for the country.
Yes, absolutely. And as I was showing you, I'd like to stay with the visuals as we talk about this, Shravan, because the itinerary of the Prime Minister right now, he's at the Sabarmati Ashram, which in itself is very significant. And, you know, the development of which we had seen this government talk about since 2017, be it in their union budget as well, when they had declared several, funds allocated for the 150th birth anniversary, and the kind of development that they can do at the Sabarmati Ashram and the Sabarmati riverfront as well, both very significant venues in the entire life of Mahatma Gandhi. So of course, today we can expect the Prime Minister to talk about that as well. From a few minutes from now, when he will be coming here, I'm reporting actually from the Sabarmati riverfront, where this entire venue has been put up, where 20,000 plus village heads have come here to listen to the Prime Minister talk about the kind of initiatives that they will be taking more, and like you very rightly said, to announce the country open, defecation free. And like you
Well, we'll also go back to Priyanka in a while from now. Remember, the Prime Minister right now at Sabarmati Ashram, where he just a while ago spoke to the BJP workers, addressed the BJP workers, essentially talking about how his visit was in the US, and also taking this opportunity to tell the world that it is time that one learns from Gandhi's message. We'll come.
ने हमें नियम बताए, लेकिन गांधी जी ने हमें रास्ता दिखाया.
Absolutely.
गांधी जी के बारे में, जैसा इससे पहले मैंने कहा, आइंस्टीन ने कहा था कि आने वाली पीढ़ियां विश्वास ही नहीं कर सकेंगे कि ऐसा जीवित हाड़ मांस का व्यक्ति इस धरती पर था. यानी कि अपने को चमत्कृत कर देने वाला, आने वाली पीढ़ियों के लिए विस्मय कर देने वाला अविश्वसनीय व्यक्तित्व, और साथ ही साथ देश भर के करोड़ों करोड़ों स्वतंत्रता संग्राम सेनानियों और क्रांतिकारियों के लिए प्रेरणा स्रोत तो हमारे महात्मा गांधी जी थे.
Absolutely. And you know, ठीक है, Einstein and Martin Luther King spoke about Gandhi, and they've spoken brilliantly about Gandhi. But if you read this Vistas book, you know, you have common people, and it's a very interesting read. What do the youth, what do the people of India think about Mahatma Gandhi? Many of them have written that we disagree with Mr. Gandhi on what he used to say, and that was the beauty of the man. You know, he would let you disagree with his thoughts, but he said that the idea is do that non-violently, and that's why his birth anniversary is celebrated as the International Day of Non-Violence.
और यही सबसे बड़ी खूबसूरती है. और इस समय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी अनावरण कर रहे हैं एक पुस्तक का, माई लाइफ माई मैसेजेस. एक स्मारिका का वो उस समय उद्घाटन कर रहे हैं. ये पोस्टकार्ड पत्र हैं जो कि संभवतः गांधी जी से ही संदर्भित हैं, और तकरीबन 1000 पत्र गांधी जी प्रतिदिन लिखा करते थे. 1000 पत्र प्रतिदिन लिखा करते थे, और विश्व के अलग अलग कोनों से आए हुए व्यक्तियों का वो पत्रों का जवाब दिया करते थे. और चरखा काटने के बाद एक बड़ा समय उनका खुद पत्रों का जवाब देने में होता था. तो वो ऐतिहासिक दस्तावेज भी यहीं पर संग्रहालय में, हृदय कुंज के ठीक बगल के संग्रहालय में ही रखे हुए हैं, जहाँ पर गांधी जी के पत्र, गांधी जी के दस्तावेज. और सिन्हा जी, आपसे पूछेंगे कितनी बड़ी अमूल्य धरोहर वो पत्र भी, जिनसे कि आप गांधी जी की मनोदशा उस समय तत्कालीन स्वतंत्रता संघर्ष में या फिर अनेक प्रयोगों में उनके मन में क्या कुछ चल रहा था, सामान्य व्यक्ति की मनोदशा से लेकर सब कुछ परिलक्षित होता है, ऐतिहासिक दस्तावेज
सब पता चलता है उससे। मगर एक बहुत फायदा था गांधी जी को, उनके साथ है महादेव देसाई, अपना डायरी लिखते रहते थे, गांधी जी को पत्र जवाब देने में मदद करते थे। और उससे आज भी कितनी चीज जो पढ़ी नहीं गई है, अब लोग उसमें शोध कर रहे हैं, पढ़ रहे हैं, देख रहे हैं, तो पता चल रहा है क्या बात है। एक बात और मैं जोड़ना चाहता हूँ, आपने मार्टिन लूथर किंग की बात कही, उन्होंने जो कहा था कि अगली पीढ़ी को पता भी नहीं चलेगा, विश्वास नहीं करेगा, ऐसे व्यक्ति थे। भारत ने एक मूर्ति लगाई है महात्मा गांधी की वॉशिंगटन डीसी में, भारतीय दूतावास के सामने। उस पर वो आइंस्टाइन का वो लाइन लिखा हुआ है। उसके लिए यूएस कांग्रेस को एक नया कानून बनाना पड़ा, क्योंकि यूएस में कानून में था कि कोई मृत्यु के बाद 50 साल बाद तक किसी का बोला हुआ चीज को आप मूर्ति पर लिख नहीं सकते हैं। मार्टिन लूथर किंग आइंस्टाइन के डेथ के 50 साल नहीं हुए थे, इसीलिए यूएस कांग्रेस को हमने आग्रह करना पड़ा और कांग्रेस ने एक नई कानून बनाए जो हमें अलाउ किया कि वह हम आइंस्टाइन का लिखा हुआ बात उस मूर्ति के नीचे लगाए। तो आप जान सकते हैं कि गांधी का क्या प्रभाव ना केवल भारत में रहा है but विश्व भर में रहा।
Absolutely, and you know, while the Prime Minister was there at in the United States at New York for the UNGA session, he dedicated the Gandhi Solar Park to them. Basically, what
the Prime Minister there at the Sabarmati Ashram. In fact, he's expected to speak in a short while from now. Some big announcements are expected. We'll try and go across also to Priyanka, who will be joining us live from Ahmedabad. But several events organized in the city of Ahmedabad and other parts of Gujarat today as part of the 150th anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. Let's go across to Priyanka. She's joining us live now. Priyanka, we're expecting a big announcement. We were told that there could be an announcement on the open defecation free, which of course has been recognized the world over. And we understand the Prime Minister will make a speech in a short while from now. What time is that expected, Priyanka?
Prime Minister inside the Sabarmati Ashram, and what we also saw that him inspecting in fact the museum, the newly built museum inside of Sabarmati Ashram, talking to the officials there about all the museums and the new developments that can be made and will be made in the upcoming months in the Sabarmati Ashram. Because remember, this is a significant thing that the Prime Minister had always talked about whenever he had come down to Gujarat and visited the Sabarmati Ashram. And just a few minutes from now, we can expect him to arrive at the Sabarmati riverfront, where we are reporting from Niranjan. I'd like to show you the kind of response, the kind of expectation. There are several performances that are going on right now. There were several folk dances that were performed, because remember, it is also in the middle of the Navratri celebration that is going on, and so a lot of those performances had been performed here, and there are classical performances right now, and there are a lot of people who have already gathered here. There are 20,000 plus village heads who have come from across the country to listen to the Prime Minister today. And like you rightly said, we can expect the Prime Minister to also talk to make an announcement on an announcement of India being open defecation free. Now, this again is another initiative that is very close to the heart of the Prime Minister, and we have always seen him talk about this. And we can hear chants of people really, because they can understand that just a few minutes from now the Prime Minister might be arriving here very, very shortly, and then be addressing all these village heads who have come to listen to the Prime Minister. And right after here,
Priyanka,
we can expect the Prime Minister to actually leave from here and attend a Navratri celebration as well, where he will be taking part in a Garba performance as well. So that is the day of the Prime Minister, after which he will be leaving for Delhi. I see a lot of leaders here as well. I'd like to go to them and talk to them about this entire initiative, because there are these leaders who have also, led this entire fight against open defecation, making India open defecation free.
Priyanka, just stay with me. Stay with me.